So, what's up, fight fans? What's going on off the early morning, straight out of the DMV up in this joint? It's the homie, main man, made man. Stopping through, saying what's going on. Have a blessed day. Good morning to everybody. I see that the narrative today is something was wrong with Anthony Joshua. So now the big thing is, oh, what was wrong with Anthony Joshua? He was sick. He was poisoned. He was anxious. He had too much pussy. He didn't have enough pussy. Oh my God, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He got knocked out in sparring. Everything was wrong with him. Everybody is now trying to hunt for the answer of what was wrong with Anthony Joshua. He was poisoned. He had restless leg syndrome. Oh my goodness, he had a cold. He had the flu, man. Something was wrong. Instead of believing that Andy Ruiz was just a better fighter that night, instead of believing what's up with you, what's going on, Wendell, what's up with you, instead of just believing the words that is coming out of Anthony Joshua's mouth by him saying that nothing was wrong. You got Eddie Hearn out here today saying that nothing was wrong. Everybody is saying, oh, well, the father cussed out Eddie Hearn and was trying to get to Eddie Hearn because something was wrong. You don't know that. Everybody is trying to piece together something. You don't know that. Do you know how many fighters goes into fights that just lost loved ones, that have ailments that they're hiding, they still go in there and get the win, that are sick on the low, but they still go in there and get the win? Now, hats off to Anthony Joshua for not making excuses. From what I've seen in him post-fight, he seemed to have been a good sportsman about the whole thing. It's his crazy-ass fans that's running around trying to piece together something that probably doesn't even exist. It's his crazy-ass fans talking about everything was wrong with him under the sun, except the fact that he just got his ass whooped. The fact of the matter is this. Do I believe that Anthony Joshua possibly was anxious leading into this fight? Possibly. I mean, I heard all the talk about him biting the nails and him being all hesitant to come out and all this other stuff. Possibly. But that basically means you're telling me that he was spooked. Oh, he was spooked. He was afraid. This was his big American debut. But all of the youths been telling us over here in America that this dude was nothing short of the truth. That this dude telling me he was anxious. Now you're telling me he was biting his nails, huh? Now you're telling me he had the chills, he had goosebumps. Oh, he was so afraid, man. This is the same dude that stood in there with Vladimir Klitschko. This is the same dude that's been calling Deontay Wilder all kinds of names. But now I'm supposed to believe that this dude is just so anxious and so nervous and he's so scared of everything. Man, bullshit. I'm not buying robberies of his win. The more y'all go on this hunt of trying to figure out what is wrong with Anthony Joshua. I've never seen him look like that, man. He was so lethargic. He wasn't here. He wasn't there. The fact of the matter is he just got his ass whooped. The fact of the matter is he was a little bit anxious. He did get in that ring and he caught a temple shot. All of this black eye talking, he had a shine on his eye and looked like he got stopped in sparring. Don't give me no sparring wars. Don't tell me what happened in the gym. All right, a lot of fighters this happened to leading up into fights. It just don't get reported. Tell me something that's not new. Tell me something that's not new. Alec Cartier says Wilder takes AJ's soul. What's left of it? What's left of it? Anytime the man has anxiety because he's coming to America, well, all of this pressure that was put on him by the Hearns, by the way. But oh, he comes over here, he's so nervous. Something was wrong with him. He had a fever. Everything was wrong with this man. I just find it funny how everybody is running around looking for the the number one excuse, how everybody is running around just trying their best to figure out what was wrong with Anthony Joshua, instead of just giving Andy Ruiz his credit, his props, moving on, saying he was the better fighter that night, he was the better man that night, nothing was wrong with AJ. AJ said nothing was wrong with him. Hearn said nothing was wrong with him. But the fans, they swear up, down, all around that something was wrong with him. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And if he did get knocked out or knocked down in sparring or in training camp, then so be it. It is what it is. That has nothing to do with the fight. That's preparation for the fight. There's a difference. Y'all buy that crap, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it that something was wrong with Anthony Joshua's theory. I'm just not doing it. That's that keep hope alive talk. That's that I still want to believe in my guy talk. I know that wasn't my guy. Something had to be wrong with him. Instead of just saying that Andy Ruiz went in there and got the job did. He got the job did. He hit him with a temple shot that he could not recover from. Period. Period. It wasn't nothing more, nothing. It ain't no conspiracy to it. He got hit with a temple shot that he could not recover from. We're not going to be holding AJ with kid gloves. Y'all do that shit over there in UK. We don't do that over here in America. In America, we don't sit back and look for the reason. Oh, something had to be wrong with him. He was anxious. Oh, he was just anxious. We got to feel sorry for him. Bullshit. This is the man y'all been propping up for years to come on over here and do that. I've never heard stories of Lennox Lewis coming from the UK, coming over here to America, biting his nails, biting his toenails. Oh, he's so anxious. Oh, he's so scared of everything. He's scared of his own shadow. Oh, what is wrong with him? Oh, I've never heard Lennox Lewis speak in that manner or talked about in that manner. And y'all just keep on taking up for this dude, man. Everything wrong with him. I have never seen a heavyweight champion so baby in my life. And it's sad, man. AJ was concussed. Look, there we go. Kingsley, what's up, man? AJ was concussed. He had a concussion, man. Before he walked into the ring, he slipped on a banana peel and hit his head on the corner of a table. And so now he has a concussion. He has a concussion. Oh, okay. All right. Now that makes sense. He had a concussion. Y'all got it all figured out. Instead of just saying Andy Ruiz was a better fighter, they'll tell you AJ's whole medical history of every sickness, every bone he's ever broke. He had a concussion. He needed an MRI. He should have took some Docalax before he came out. Maybe he didn't drink enough coffee that morning. Everything was wrong with AJ. Every fucking thing was wrong with AJ. Let's wait for the rematch. Actions speak louder than words. I agree with that, Kingsley. I agree with that. And if Andy Ruiz kicks AJ's ass in the rematch, the same way he did in the initial fight, then we got nothing to talk about. Now, maybe AJ was just off that night. I'm willing to even listen to that. Oh, he had an off night. Oh, maybe it just wasn't his night. Things wasn't working that night. I can accept that. But all of this hunting for the reason, oh, he had a concussion. Oh, he had broken foot. Oh, yeah, he had restless leg syndrome. He was bipolar that night. Like, all of this hunting for these medical explanations. Oh, yeah, someone slipped something in his drink. Oh, yeah, he sat on a needle. You know what I mean? Like it's Breaking Bad or some shit. Like, all of these hunting for the conspiracy, let's stop. And just say, look, Andy Ruiz was the better fighter that night. And he went in there and he got the job done. I agree. It looked like he got an absolute, tanking and sparring. Yeah, he may have, look, man, I don't mind. Look, I can accept the fact that he may have took some hard punches in sparring. I can accept the fact that he may have had some tough sparring. There's reports out there, there's different names being dropped of the actual boxers that dropped Anthony Joshua in camp. I don't know that to be true or not. All I know is what Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn is saying. And they're saying that none of this stuff happened. They're saying that nothing was wrong. Nothing was wrong. These are their words. We are to believe them. If the fighter is telling you that nothing was wrong, but the fans are still running around telling you, oh, he had a concussion, he had this, he had that, he had this, then what? There's some sort of disconnect there. There's got to be some sort of disconnect. I understand y'all may say, well, man, AJ is just being a good sportsman, so he's gonna, not tell you if anything was wrong. Man, look, he said nothing was wrong. The promoter said nothing was wrong. Andy Ruiz was just a better fighter that night. He hit him with the better shot on the temple that he could not recover from. AJ may have been nervous. That's the thing I do not deny. That Breakfast Club interview and them asking about him biting his nails and biting his fingers, that's what nervous dudes do. You know what I mean? That's what them paranoid, nervous dudes do. You know what I'm saying? And that's natural, I guess. But to be so rattled to the point where everyone is making excuses. Oh, he didn't want to walk out to the ring and all of this stupid shit. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it, man. And give Andy Ruiz the full credit he deserved. He beat a 3-4 belt champion that was supposed to make his American debut. And he got embarrassed from a temple shot. Nothing more and nothing less. Everybody got an excuse, man. I can't believe it. If AJ says that something was wrong, it would have looked bad on Eddie Hearn because Hearn still allowed him to go through with the fight. Nah, man. Look, man, I hear y'all, man. Everybody can say that. That's easy to say. Oh, well, it would have looked bad and all of this. But all I know is this, man. At the end of the day, I know what he said. I know what he said. And he said nothing was wrong. And the crazy part is, he knocked down Andy Ruiz. D-Lo boxing 4-4 more. Salute, man. Salute. They lumps and sparring as part of the sport. He was concussed. He should have disclosed it to the New York State Athletic Commission. Absolutely. Put in the TUE. Word on the curb is he ain't got no problem putting TUEs in anyway, right? Put in the TUE, fam. But don't come out with no excuses. Don't come out with no excuses. But I'm not buying that, man. I'm not buying that, they just trying to cover it up because of the event and all of this other shit. If something was wrong with him, he should have said it. He had more than an opportunity to say it because at one point in time, they were hunting for an opponent. They didn't even have an opponent. So when did he get concussed? A day before the fight? A couple days before the fight? When did it happen? Because he originally was getting ready for Jarrell Miller. Then they wanted Luis Ortiz, and then they finally decided on Andy Ruiz. So he was getting prepared for a long time. If he needed to back out of the fight for whatever reason, they had more than enough excuse to back out of the fight. They could have said, well, our opponent backed out, so, it is what it is. We can't go through with this fight. They didn't have to do cover-ups and all of this shit that y'all accusing. Man, stop it, man. Y'all are not giving Ruiz's credit, man. And this is sad, man. And this is sad that this is happening, man. Now everybody is on the hunt of what was wrong with Anthony Joshua. What was wrong? We got to get to the bottom of what was wrong with Anthony Joshua. Everybody on their detective work today. This is sick, man. Shout out to Andy Ruiz. Congratulations on a job well done. You hit him with a nice left hook to the temple that he could not recover from. Let everybody else go on this hunt as to what's wrong with Anthony Joshua. Oh, man, our Anthony Joshua, what is so wrong with him? I tell you what's wrong with him. He's soft. He's soft, and he got rattled, and he got nervous. Period, point blank, and he got hit to the temple by a left hook. I don't want to hear nothing about your restless leg syndromes and your concussions and your broken bones and your sparring stories, and I don't want to hear none of that shit. He lost, fair and square. To the next video, everybody, have a blessed day. Much love to each and every one of y'all, and I'll see y'all soon on We Talking Boxing. Much love. The concussion was real. Oh my God, Hannibal, let it go, man. Just let it go. Oh my God,